Welcome to the living room.
Lest you think this is some kind of prop room or set, behind us is a bed.
It is a bunk bed that has been disassembled, ready for its next home, because we just redid.
Well, we upgraded Henry's bed.
Yes, upgraded Henry's bed to a
Queen.
I almost said big boy bed.
Yeah, he asked for a bigger bed, so
He's
he
13.
he now has a queen size bed,
Yeah,
and that is
the rest of
the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
And things below the couch. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What are we here to talk about?
We're here to talk about what's happened this last week.
Yeah, we had a busy week. In the evenings, our son had his last performance four performances for Ambassadors Show Choir, and that was Monday. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't today.
Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. So I went a couple times. Scott went once.
And then he had a party Saturday night that caused me to have to get up very late to go pick him up. So I took a good 3-hour nap and then picked him up at midnight from his party.
He had a good time though. They did a really good job.
Yes.
So work-wise, we had a new listing go live, one in Madison Gluckstadt exit. It's the Gluckstadt exit.
It's a Madison address, but it really is in Gluckstadt.
Yeah. And so we had pictures done, pictures taken.
And the listing went live, and then we had an open house on Sunday.
That's right. And is it
We
all
are
current?
we're negotiating an
Yeah.
offer. So we already have an offer that we're currently working things through.
Hopefully all that goes well.
Yeah, that's the plan.
What else?
We are making progress on some of our other clients who are under contract, getting them closer to the finishing line. We had a closing on Friday.
That's right.
Some of our friends who are moving back to Clinton after years away, we're excited to have them back. So we closed on their new house, and they'll be finishing their move at the end of the school year.
And we toured some new townhomes. We have a client who's looking for a townhome, and 2 came up this week. Or, well, 1 new, and then 1 was already listed, but we saw both of them this week.
And by new, we don't mean new construction.
No, just new to the market.
Yeah. So look at those, and
One went under contract so fast.
yeah. I actually also just went and got some video for an out-of-town client who's moving here and is trying to do this whole thing remotely, which is always a little bit of a challenge. And so we're getting video and sending back to them to review, and then if they see something they think they like, then they'll figure out how to come down here and look at it before an offer.
Going back to what I was talking about.
My bad. Sorry, I didn't know there was a story.
Dang! You just hijacked. It happens all the time. All the time. In real life and on camera.
You were saying?
I was saying regarding the townhomes, if you know of somebody who's looking to sell a townhome in the Clinton area, let us know.
We got buyers.
Yeah, we do. And they go pretty quickly in this area. So
Depending on the neighborhood and the condition, they might go real quick.
yeah, and the price.
Of course.
It all goes back to price.
Always.
Okay, then we one of our rentals, the one where the tree fell on it, its tenants bought a house. We helped them buy a house, and so we're going to use this time where no one is in it to make some renovations. And so we met with some contractors to discuss what I want to do, and then
What we have the money
what
to.
we will actually do. There's some things I really want to do, new windows, so we're gonna.
Yeah. And one little
And-
pleasant surprise that we found while we were in there was original hardwood floors under one of the rooms.
One of the rooms, so most of the house has original hardwood floor. It's great. Then it gets a little wonky. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 other floors in the rest of the house. So I'm looking to consolidate floors. And I have a plan for that. One room has carpet in it. It's a bedroom and has carpet. And we can't really tell if this was an addition at one point. Who knows what is the history of this house.
Given the flooring in it, it seemed to indicate it was built at the same
But
time.
it is, the closet is weird. The closet to me does not, the closet makes me believe that it was a different space at some point. Anyway, pulled up the carpet and there's hardwood floor underneath it. I just don't feel like it ever really happens in real life.
Now, I see it on TV shows, and then every one we've ever been in before, we're like, I wonder if there's hardwood under it. No, it's terrible linoleum or something, but not. This one was the original, like same as the other hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Nice old original flooring.
In the dining room,
Sadly,
there's not, and it would be a place that you would think that there would be hardwood.
because of where the hardwood is and where it also is.
It's so strange. It's so strange. Anyway, we have some. It's going to be better in the end, don't you think?
Oh, 100%.
We have to also. It'll have a new roof, and then landscape is going to really help the front of this house. I'm putting a lot of hope in the new windows and landscaping.
Yes, if we can ever get the other dead trees cut down, then we on our way.
Okay, so last week we discussed a piece of advice one piece of advice we would give someone buying a home.
Yeah, is this where you pop something subject up on me that I don't know about?
Yes.
Okay.
So we talked about what is one piece of advice you would give someone who is purchasing a home.
Mm-hmm.
So this week I want to ask you what is one piece of advice you would give to someone selling a home.
I think I actually said this piece of advice a couple of weeks ago in a different video. And so I will rehash it here.
Okay.
But it is to be careful with your pricing. And not just because, look, everybody wants to make as much as you can on a house. We get that. We support that. We want that for you. We want you to net as much as possible on the sale of your home. However, there's this thought that if I price it a little higher than we think it's worth, or even that the market says it's worth, that we have room to negotiate down to the price that we really want to get for it. And what that really results in is people not being interested in your home because it's overpriced, days on market accruing, and then you end up getting lower than you would have if you'd have priced it correctly from the beginning. And so listen to your agents who have done the research, if you have a good agent, done the research, priced it correctly, and want it to move at the price that they want you to get. And so they want you to get as much as possible. Obviously, as an agent, the way that we're paid is on the purchase price of the home. And so we want it to sell for more because that benefits us too. We want that for you and we want that for us. And so when we give you a price opinion, it is honestly what we think will be the most that you can get for your house. Now, have we been wrong? Do we make mistakes? Yeah, for sure. We can make that mistake. And so if you really believe your home is worth it, and you want to see the numbers that we're coming up with to arrive at that price, no agent's going to be offended to show you, no good agent is going to be offended to show you where the data is that they're getting to show that price. And if ultimately you think it's worth more, you always have the option of paying for a private appraisal, to have an appraiser tell you this is what it's worth. Now, that's a whole other bag of worms, can of worms, bag of nails, I don't know. Because sometimes appraisers are pretty conservative when it comes to a private appraisal because they're not necessarily trying to hit a certain number. Appraisers have told us if they can, when they see the contract price of something that is already under contract, they do their best to try to support that number if they can, because somebody is showing they're willing to pay that price, so the market, if it can bear it, they'll try to get it there if they have the comps to support it. And so when you're getting a private appraisal, you may not get the highest appraisal value because they're not trying to necessarily hit a number for you.
So was that a long way of saying pricing
Price it right.
Price it right.
The price is right.
The price.
There's a good opportunity for a Happy Gilmore,
Yeah.
except he says a bad word.
Yeah.
The price is wrong.
Oh. Yeah, I agree. That I do think that's really important. Probably the most important. Now, my number one, I think, falls really like in line with that, and that is to work with competent real estate agents. And I don't mean just us. There are lots of competent real estate agents. And then there are those that just aren't as great.
No names will be named.
No, of course not. And so I think it's really important because they're going to represent you. They're going to represent your best interest. And so a good agent is going to push back on some things.
Yeah.
They're going to, in the most loving way, going to make sure we're doing everything to get your house the best price, the best possible look for your house. And that includes good photography. I think I've said it on here before. I don't want to see a toothbrush in your bathroom when there's listing pictures.
Or obvious cell phone pictures.
That's right. So those things are important to us. Making sure your house looks the best it can, put best foot forward. You only get one first impression. And so good agents walk you through all of those things, talk you through all of those things. And it's not just using your family member who sells a house every now and then. They may be great and they can do the best for you, but I would suggest talking to more than one agent. We always say, talk to more than one person. We may not be the best fit for you. We hope we are. But I think that working with a good agent is of utmost importance.
Especially when they give you advice that's going to benefit you in the long run. Because speed to market is not the most important thing. You might think, I want to get this house listed, I want to get it listed now. Well, if that's before the grass is cut, the beds are cleaned up, like the flower beds, any minor repairs that go a long way as far as presentation go, and before you can get a professional photographer in there to take good quality listing photos, it's not going to, you can't, like Amanda said, you can't make a good second impression after you've really messed it up with the first impression. So hit it with a good first impression and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward before you list your home. Those are 3 pieces of advice.
Ooh, bonus.
Look at us.
All right, I think that's it.
See you next week.